Hello friends, hope all of you are doing well. In today's session, we are going to discuss a particular topic from Block 1 Unit 2 of British Poetry, that is prosody. Okay, so this topic in itself is very important from examination perspective, considering the fact that a question has been frequently asked from this unit, that is writing a short note on prosody. So today we are going to break down all the vital aspects of this topic and how it is relevant for your exam purpose. So without wasting any further time, let's start with the video. So before I discuss what is prosody, let us understand what is poetry, because both prosody and poetry are interconnected. In the course of today's session, I'll make you understand that both prosody and poetry are interconnected and interrelated. In fact, prosody was devised in the late 15th century to make some meaningful poetry, all right, to compose meaningful poetry. So when I say poetry, what is poetry? Poetry is a composition of text which connects to us, which connects to the readers in a different way as compared to the prose. Okay, so that's why it has been, literature has been divided into two parts, that is prose and poetry. Now whenever we read a particular piece of poetry, you might have noticed that there are some elements or certain aspects which the poet or the author takes care of while writing it. Like, let me give you a small example, the one which I give very frequently in my British poetry sessions, like the rhythm scheme. Okay, so the rhythm scheme is a particular aspect or element of literature or poetry which is used in order to make the poetry more interesting. All right, we'll not talk about rhythm scheme here. Let us come back to our discussion, that is about poetry. Now, poetry is written in a particular fashion. We understand it now. Now, there is a particular set of rules which has to be implemented in order to write meaningful poetry. So that part of grammar which deals with laws governing the structure of words is called prosody. Now I think it's very simple for you to understand that what is prosody, but all over again I'm saying that in order to write or attempt a particular short note on this topic, we need to understand various aspects of it. So we know now that it's a part of grammar, okay, a particular set of rules that has to be taken care of while composing or reading poetry. Now it encompasses the study of all elements of language that contribute towards acoustic or rhythmic effects, chiefly in poetry but also in prose. Now this prosody is not only used in poetry but it's also used in prose. But our focus is entirely in the poetry. Now, the famous American poet defined prosody in such a manner: the articulation of the total sound of a poem. So, his definition is basically confined to the poetry section. However, we know that alliteration. Now, what is alliteration? Alliteration is the rhythmic repetition of consonants, and assonance. Now, assonance is repetition of vowel sounds. Now, both the sections are dealing with sounds and which occurs as much as in prose as in poetry. All right. In simple words, if you are asked to define prosody, it means the patterns of rhythm and sound used in poetry. Or you can also define prosody as the patterns of stress and intonation in a language. Now let us talk about the origin of this particular aspect of literature, that is prosody. So the origin of prosody can be traced back to both Greek and Latin. As we see that the Greek word pros, which means towards, and the Greek word oid, which means song, has been combined together to form prosody. And the combined word prosody in Greek means song sung to music or tone of a syllable. And in same time, in Latin, prosodia means accent of a syllable. All right. So as I've said in the beginning of the video, that the word prosody or the concept prosody has been used in the late 15th century. Okay, that means in the last part of the 1400s. Now let us try to understand the concept of prosody with an example. Basically, prosody provides clues about attitude or affective state. Now let us take this sentence for examples. Yeah, that was a great movie. Now when I say that, most of you will figure out that obviously I've watched a movie and I'm saying that I'm expressing my view that the movie is actually a good one. But at the same time, you have to understand that the particular stress on particular words can exactly reverse the meaning of this entire sentence. This particular sentence can mean that the speaker liked the movie or the exact opposite depending on the speaker's intonation. Now prosody is also used to provide semantic information. Let us now talk about how do you describe prosody. Prosody generally refers to intonation, stress pattern, loudness variations, pausing and rhythm. We express prosody by varying speech, loudness and duration. So next comes the three basic features of prosody. So by now you have understood already that what can be the three features. It is intonation, stress and rhythm. Finally, if I'm asked to conclude about the concept of prosody, I would like to define it as the study of versification, the systematic study of metrical structure, or a particular system, theory, or style of versification. And finally, you can write that it is nothing but the rhythmic and intonational aspect of language. So this is the video, guys. I hope that you understand the significance of this particular concept both in poetry as well as in your exams, and you understand that in order to attempt short notes it's better to divide the entire topic into several parts like I have done it in this video. Like the first part you can define it in a proper way, like I have said it, that it's basically nothing but a part of grammar that defines meaningful poetry. Then you can give some examples of some eminent authors or poets who have defined prosody in their own way. Like I have in my video given example of Ezra Pound, the American poet, who has defined prosody as the articulation of the total sound of the poem. Alright, then you can move on to the origin and eventually you can give some examples of prosody followed by your conclusion. Also, you don't forget to mention the basic features of prosody, that is nothing but intonation, stress and rhythm. So in case if you have any other doubt regarding this topic, do feel free to comment in the comment section. I'll definitely address it, and stay tuned to this channel for topics like this, because in this next few days I'll be coming with different topics which has been asked as short notes in British poetry, which will be beneficial for you for your upcoming term and examination. Till then, God bless you and thank you all.